And Premier Ford, you've spoken out against repeat offenders getting bail. However, multiple cases of convicted criminals are not getting a lenient sentence because of a mass strip search at Maple House Jail in December 23. Are you not at least a bit upset at the actions of provincial staff are leading to criminals being released early?
Well, first of all, anyone who doesn't follow the rules will be dealt with. Simple as that. Everyone, you know, they might be criminals, but they're human. We got to treat everyone with respect and under the rules. And as for releasing, I'm not going to go on my rant again, but I can't tell you how many messages I got from my little rant yesterday, and it doesn't matter what race, creed, color, status in society you are. I just got flooded full of messages saying it's about time someone's calling these people up. You can't have the largest drug bust in the history of Peel, 500 kilos of cocaine, and out of the 6, I think 1 is in jail. They're all out on bail for the second or third time. It just doesn't cut it with the people. They're frustrated, and then getting cars stolen and kicking doors in and walking into grocery stores with hockey bags. And it's happened at LCBO, and they just start loading everything up. You can't run a province or a city under lawlessness. There has to be accountability. These people have to go to jail. These judges cannot keep letting people out on bail. It's crazy. And then people shooting up other people's houses. The other bus, that's 15 people, and they're all out on bail too. I think 1, they kept them in. But then we find out they were already out on probation. So what gives? We have to throw these people in jail, and we have to be tough on crime. And this is a conversation we're going to have at COF when we get together, and the FMM meeting with all the premiers. I think it's this week, I believe.
Hi, Premier. Siobhan Morris from CTV News.
Hi, Siobhan.
I actually do want to pick up on something that was in your rant from yesterday. You showed support for a man that you had said shot in the air in Vaughan. York Regional Police say he didn't. He fired several shots, potentially at a vehicle. And he's been charged with a bunch of gun offenses that include having an illegal gun or not having proper documentation for a gun. Is that somebody you should be talking about raising money for?
Well, you know something, good point, Siobhan. I heard that he's shooting up in the air, but here nor there, what it comes down to, let me tell you, the frustration of people trying to protect their home. And I've heard over and over again how these thugs kick the doors in at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the kids are there, and the wife's there, and the husband's there, and they put a gun to their heads. Just imagine that. It's just terrifying for these people. And then they take the keys and they take off. Or they'll rob them at 2 o'clock in the morning. But it just continuously happens. And then after doing that, they're out on jail. And by the way, I did say yesterday, I don't condone that. I do not condone someone pulling out a gun, but it shows the frustration of people. And I know these folks right behind me, someone's kicking in their door and they have little children and their wife. Like, you're fighting for your life at that point, right? It's, no hold bars and just go full tilt. And it's unfortunate. And guess what? Then they get charged if they get caught. They mock the police in the back of the cruiser. I talked to a police officer today. Yeah, I got the guy, and all they're doing is mocking us in the back. I'll be out tomorrow. And it's so frustrating for the police that are putting literally their lives on the line, and watch these criminals just get released. And going back to the 500 kilos, do you know how many resources and money that was put in to bust these guys? You had the DEA in the U.S., the U.S. Border Patrol, the Canadian Border Patrol, the task force with OPP and Peel Region and all the other police. There's millions of dollars being spent for one bleeding heart judge to say, you're all out. I don't know anyone in Ontario that agrees with that. Not one single person. So something has to give with our court system. It's out of control. It's done. It's failing. And we have to make massive changes with the federal government, and it falls on the federal government. Bail reform, mandatory sentencing, something has to give. It will be top of mind when I speak with the PM today.
Mr. Premier, Jamie with City TV.
Hey, Jamie.
Toronto Police, along with other police forces right now, is having a press conference regarding tow truck violence. Some of the numbers are pretty staggering. 13% of the gun-related shootings in Toronto and area in 2024 were a result of the tow truck industry or involved the tow truck. 2025, it was 15%. They have some pretty staggering numbers about the crimes, mass shootings, fire bombings. The tow truck industry falls under the Ministry of Transportation. You've tried to regulate it before. Is there anything else you can do to try and bring this industry back into control?
Yeah, good question, Jamie. So we've put a task force together headed up by the OPP, Commissioner Creek, and all the other regions around there. Isn't it a shame, Jamie, because there's some really good, honest, hardworking tow truck drivers that are just trying to make a living. And then there's some really bad dudes, and they're just bad. And if they start shooting up, they need to go to jail. They need to have their tow truck confiscated. The company they're working for needs to be held accountable. Like, guys, we've been up here 100 times. Like, get your act together. Like, if you want to start shooting streets up, you're going to bring heat like you've never seen before. We're going to catch you, and you're going to jail. Like, get it together. I've never seen anything like it. But this all goes back to making sure the federal government does bail reform, make sure they have mandatory sentencing. Now, if you commit a heinous crime or you try to hurt the community, you need to go to jail for a long time. And then that message goes to all of their buddies, all the gangsters, and they're saying, hey, we aren't going to get a slap on the wrist. We're going to federal penitentiary for years. That will wake them up real quick. I can tell you, Jamie, talking to everyone, and I talk to a lot of soccer moms are my favorite because they're the matriarchs of their family. They're terrified to go out at night, to go on the subway, to go anywhere because they're terrified something's going to happen. Can't have lawlessness, and we're going to come down hard and heavy on these criminals to make sure communities are safe. We all grew up, we never had to worry about guys running around with guns. We got to get back to that. So we're heavy on making sure we hold people accountable and getting the court system fixed once and for all, and making sure we hire tough on crime judges. That's the solution. Letting them off on bail to recommit the crime the next day doesn't cut it because they have no fear. They have to have fear.
I understand that there is a federal responsibility that is being debated, but there's also a provincial responsibility here. Tow trucks are licensed. Is there something that the province can do?
Well, yeah. So the minister did that. I think it was under Carolyn Mulroney that we switched that whole program to make sure, and you see signs on the highways. So, you know, an accident, then all of a sudden you see 20 tow trucks all going at it. No. We have contracts with certain reputable tow truck companies. And if you mess around, you break the law, the license is done. They're done. But man, they're playing Russian roulette. Like, we aren't messing around. We're going to pull their license and catch them if they commit a crime, and they're going to jail. Simple as that. But do you know what it is, folks? People, I've never seen it in 30 years. Our family's been in politics, 3 generations. I've never seen a fever pitch that people are fed up with all the nonsense and crime and not feeling safe. Never seen it before like this. That's right up there. That's the healthcare, economy, and crime. Usually crime used to be down on number 10 out of 10. Now it's right up at the top. People are done with us.